Oh boy, where do I begin with this game? What can you say about Mighty No. 9 besides calling it the ultimate warning against Kickstarter projects? This was a game that was sold to the masses as the spiritual successor to Mega Man. Better yet, a Mega Man on steroids. You've even got the backing of Keiji Inafune, one of the original designers of Mega Man. This was a home run you couldn't lose. Well, over $4 million worth of Kickstarter funds and several years of delays later, what you have is a metric shit ton of bitter and disillusioned backers, and Inafune's shattered reputation spewed across the gaming landscape. But what truly caused this? You might think it was mostly because of anime fan on prom night, but that was simply the straw that broke the camel's back after many, many years of failure. You need to look deeper, back to its beginnings. Mainly the fact that the game bit off a hell of a lot more than it could chew. Take a look at the old Kickstarter goals. Even for a AAA developer, let alone a startup, their promises were absolutely ridiculous. The longer their stretch goals, the more insane their ambitions became. What was once a simple game to be released onto PC became a multi-platform release on Xbox, PlayStation, and the Wii U, releases on the PS Vita and 3DS, online multiplayer, a making-up documentary, and releases on the goddamn PS4 and Xbox One. Then they completely go off of the fucking deep end. They were looking into making a series of comic books, a television series, a fucking movie, and we're already in the process of creating another game during development. Like, holy shit, just stop! This is easily how so many game devs crash and burn. They choose to look at these overly ambitious goals instead of, making a good goddamn game. Number 2. Other competitors filled in the niche that Mighty No. 9 was to fill. Remember that old adage that the early bird catches the worm? Well, there were a few other companies that saw what Inafune was able to do on Kickstarter and decided to try their hand on the genre. Case in point, Shovel Knight, a game that was developed in a much shorter time frame and a significantly smaller budget. Once there were grumblings coming from Mighty No. 9 land, people saw this cool little 8-bit inspired platformer on Steam that was incredibly addicting to play. Thus, a game like Shovel Knight is one of the more revered titles of the last few years, while Mighty No. 9, let's just say it was better than nothing. What wasn't better than nothing was Comcept's PR. They were completely out of touch with their consumer base. They firmly believed that even with the countless delays for overcommitting to pledges, among other issues, whatever they said and did would be lapped up by their loyal Pavlovian audience. Have a problem with our community manager trying to push identity politics into our game? Well, fuck you, here's a banhammer. We don't care if forum access was a Kickstarter goal. We already have your money and she's filleting Inafune in his office. Nothing epitomizes this disconnection like the trailer. The whole damn thing is easily the cringiest thing in gaming I've seen since the manual for Strider returned. Even the graphics were a lie. Look at this concept footage. Now that looks like an amazing game. I would deflower that game on every single console. Now we get PS2 level graphics and pepperoni pizza explosions. You expected people to get excited over the literal fuck that is this? Where the hell did those awesome graphics go? When the game was finally released, it wasn't a terrible game, surprisingly. Even worse, the game was mediocre. Psychologically, the mind best remembers experiences that are either really good or absolutely terrible. Take Superman 64, for instance, an abomination to the genre of gaming itself, but it has been remembered in infamy due to its legacy of incompetence. The consensus about Mighty No. 9? Meh. There is just nothing noteworthy about it. The gaming landscape is littered with hundreds upon hundreds of forgettable humdrum games like this. What are people going to remember about Mighty No. 9 in the future? The delays. And fucking Dina. It isn't even worthy enough to be put on worst games ever lists in the future. It's just that blasé. That is truly enough to make someone cry like a Mighty No. 9 backer on release day. Once again, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I truly appreciate it. I've got a few more videos for you. If you're interested, to your left, something I did in this style, Revolution 60. To your right, a video about the whole Dina saga, about the long Kickstarter delays and frustrations. I think it does a much better job than I would have. If you're interested in this sort of thing, take a look. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time.